Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to your daily tarot reading. This one's for Sunday, December 8th, 2024. And as always, my intention is to bring through 3 cards that reflect what you most need to know for today. Right there. Okay, so with the Death card coming through reversed, it's like no big changes. If you're feeling kind of stagnant, maybe it's just what's going on politically, and try not to take anything at all personally. We have the Ten of Wands upright and the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so now this brings through, now it's odd that it's happening on Sunday, but maybe it's all about trying to manage a work-life balance. When I have the Ten of Wands for a theme for the day, I'm always wondering, okay, it's Sunday, but we're in that time of the year where it's like, if you're in the winter, where in any of the states where you get the 4 seasons, there could be some weather-related issues that just make life way much harder. And maybe this is one of those days you're trying to get grocery shopping done and all types of things, but you're feeling kind of stuck, or like you need to stay stuck and stay at home, right? I mean, this is kind of a little bit of a, being in the cave energy here. Sometimes you might be feeling out of control or out of power when we get the Death card reversed. Sometimes there could be some resistance to change, but it looks to me like the clue, if it is resistance, or it is feeling like you have no power or control, I still feel like it's because of some type of a burden. And this time of the year, the weather can be a real pain in the you-know-what. And if you live in a part of the world where it's warm and weather isn't an issue, of course, we can always have rain and thunderstorms and all of that in the warmer areas too. But if it's not weather related, then it's really just like a work-life balance. And that's because we have the Queen of Pentacles reversed. And when she comes through reversed, we're not in the position where we're looking at what we're having and holding all of that bounty that we normally feel inside of us. Instead, we're thinking, oh no, I don't have enough. Or, maybe because it's the first week of the month, you've gotten all the bills paid, and now you're like, wait, but what do I have left? And then feeling like, oh no, how do I get through the rest of the month? It's going to be a big burden. And then you start feeling out of control and out of power. Oh, yeah. So on the spiritual level, what I can tell you is that there's a spiritual law that states that you can't create abundance out of lack. So sometimes we have to fake it until we make it, and we just focus in on all that we have, and not just. The most important thing, the most powerful thing any of us can do is to be really, really grateful for all that we have. And with the Ten of Wands, we're almost there. You know what I mean? But it's like head down, a lot of work. I know it's Sunday, which is kind of what's odd, but I mean, I work Friday, Saturday, and Sundays more than the other days of the week. Actually, Thursday through Sunday. So I understand this energy. So even in other professions, when I was a massage therapist, and I had lots of hairdresser friends who we all had Mondays off, but we worked all weekend. So you may be one of those professionals who is feeling like, oh God, if I can just make it through. Sundays can be like our Friday, most people's Fridays. So if we can just make it through the day. But it's really important to be grateful for what you have. Even if you've been having to overwork a little bit, or maybe you haven't gotten your energy back since the shock of the election, and maybe you're holding on to everything you have with all your might, and you're not giving up, because the Ten of Wands does not give up, unless it's reversed. Sometimes, but still, a lot of times it just still won't give up, right? But this can be a card of a lot of work stress and feeling burdened. So the best way to change that up would be to know that you're almost done, that there's always an ebb and flow in life, and it will shift. You just get through it. You're almost there, you're almost home. And then to be really, really grateful for the fact that at least you have hard work to do. At least you have, unless it's been too much of a burden. And if that's the case, then we need to find ways to simplify and make life less burdensome. But one of the ways to do that is to be really grateful for all that we already have. And that's how we attract more. And you can also set the intention to make your life more simple. I did that once, way back in the late 90s, and my boyfriend broke up with me. That same day. I'll never forget that. I was like, dear God, please make my life easier. Wasn't thinking about him at all. That afternoon, he broke up with me. And then my life did get a whole lot easier. I had no idea the burden I was carrying. And that's another juicy piece of information, is that us females, or whoever is the female, the more receptive one in your relationship, no matter if it's same sex or whatever, we are the containers holding space for the entire relationship. And if there's not an equal back and forth, then that's too much of a burden. So, we all have our roles in relationship, and we all have soul contracts. We all have, whatever. So I've always been grateful for him breaking up and then making me realize how much of a burden that the relationship was on me, because it wasn't really just about he and I, it was other people too, from, his past. So, yeah. Anyway, the solution here is to have and hold all the love, light, and beauty and truth and amazing possibilities of who you already, or who you can be and who you already are, and just be very practical. Get yourself into the realm of being simple, of creating a simple reality that it is not so much work. And then you'll have more security, but you really have to take self-responsibility. And same thing with, the death card. The death rebirth card actually can bring through big changes when you take self-responsibility. It's our Scorpio card, right? So it's even like the sign of Cancer, that we're talking like deeply tenacious energy that doesn't give up. So it's actually pretty cool. We have water, fire, and earth here. We can live a day without so much air, right? Or air thinking, mental thinking. Okay, I'm going to get this uploaded and be back for Mondays real soon. Bye.